Inside John Cena's unbelievable car collection. John Cena is a wrestling icon, but his true obsession? American muscle. His garage is packed with rare, vintage, and custom-built beasts. From classic Hemis to modern horsepower monsters. No Ferraris, no Lamborghinis, just pure, unfiltered Detroit muscle. Strap in. Cena's collection is a full-throttle tribute to raw power. Number 10. 2006 Ford GT. Okay, so it's not exactly a muscle car, but this supercharged 5.4-liter V8 engine might just be the crown jewel of his collection. And honestly, it's worth talking about for that reason alone. Considered a premium sports car, Cena dropped a whopping $370,000 on this beast. But that's little compared for what we saved up for last. Make sure to stick around till then. Drop a like for this video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the latest car collections from us. Back to it. The 2006 Ford GT is a modern twist on the legendary 1966 Ford GT40, made to celebrate Ford's 100th anniversary. It blends that classic retro design with insane performance, making it one of the most iconic American supercars ever. With that 5.4-liter supercharged V8 under the hood, the GT churns out 550 horsepower and tops at 205 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest production cars. But what sets it apart isn't just the engine or the speed. The 2006 Ford GT is one of the most beautiful aerodynamically advanced American supercars. It kept the low-slung body, wide stance, and iconic side air intakes from the original GT40. And even though it had that retro vibe, the design was wind tunnel tested to keep it stable at high speeds. Oh, and the doors? Unique. They swing up into the roof just like the original. Unlike most American muscle cars, the Ford GT had a mid-engine setup improving handling and weight distribution. Inside, it's a cool mix of old-school charm and modern tech. Think classic toggle switches, aluminum trim, and a layout that's all about the driver. No unnecessary luxury, just a leather-wrapped steering wheel, a short-throw shifter, and all the essential gauges. Even though it's a purebred supercar, it's not all stripped down. Cena could still cruise with air conditioning, power windows, and a premium sound system to blast his classic hip-hop albums. Number 9. 2009 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. At its core, the supercharged 6.2-liter LS9 V8 engine cranks out 638 horsepower and 600 pound-feet of torque, a crazy number for a front-engine rear-wheel drive car. Throw in a carbon fiber hood, roof, and body panels, plus the magnetic ride control suspension, and the ZR1 isn't just powerful, it's ridiculously agile, turning it into a legit track monster. As the 73rd person to grab a ZR1, Cena dropped $90,000 on this absolute beauty of a car, and it lives up to the hype. When it dropped, the ZR1 shattered records with a top speed of 205 miles per hour and a Nürburgring lap time of 7 minutes, 26.4 seconds, proving that American muscle could hold its own against the best from Ferrari and Porsche. That transparent hood window showcasing its Eaton TS Supercharge is iconic, reinforcing its aggressive, high-performance vibe. With its limited run and insane performance, the 2009 Corvette ZR1 has become a must-have for collectors. Prices range from $80,000 to $150,000, and low-mileage pristine examples and special editions push the value even higher. Number 8. 1969 COPO Chevrolet Camaro. One of Cena's favorites until he decided to sell it recently, and it's easy to see why he didn't hesitate to drop $200,000 on this beast. The 1969 COPO Chevrolet Camaro is one of the most iconic muscle cars ever made. Built as a factory-designed, street-legal drag racer, the COPO system allowed dealers to order high-performance Camaros that weren't available to the public. And Cena's Camaro is the very first of the 9,561 COPOs ever produced. It was even delivered in a small ceremony with Camaro 427 builder and racer Dickie Harrell. Powered by a 7-liter L72 V8, it cranks out 425 horsepower. But real-world figures are closer to 500 horsepower, making it capable of beating nearly anything on the street or strip. The COPO Camaro's brutal acceleration had it launching hard, with massive torque that could instantly smoke the rear tires. While it wasn't the best handling car, it absolutely dominated drag strips and was nearly unbeatable in a straight line, thanks to its big block 427 engine that roared with a deep, thunderous sound, striking fear into the hearts of competitors, making it one of the most intimidating muscle cars ever. Built for drag racing, the interior wasn't about comfort, it was about winning. And who knows more about winning than a 15-time world champion? Inside, the COPO Camaro was stripped down for business. No luxury features, just the essentials to get the job done on the strip. You'd find a basic bench seat, a minimalist dashboard, and a roll cage to keep the driver safe during high-speed runs. It wasn't about comfort or style. it was all about maximizing performance. The bare-bones interior was a nod to its racing roots, where every ounce of weight mattered. But despite its no-frill design, the COPO Camaro has become legendary. For Cena, it was a true piece of American muscle history. A car that wasn't just built to race, but to dominate. And in a way, that's exactly what it did. Just like Cena himself, proving that sometimes raw power and relentless spirit are all you need to win. Number 7. 1970 Plymouth Superbird. John Cena definitely loves his muscle cars, but when it's a vintage one, even better, and for good reason. This 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner Superbird is an absolute beast. No wonder he didn't mind shelling out $330,000 to cop this beauty. With its NASCAR-inspired aerodynamics, this car was made to fly. It's got a 7-liter V8 engine pumping out 425 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. What a machine! But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The Superbird wasn't just fast, it was one of the wildest-looking and most advanced muscle cars of its time. Its massive 23-inch rear wing was built to keep the rear wheels planted at high speeds. This wasn't just for show. It played a critical role in keeping the car stable on the track, helping it maintain control when pushing the limits. The aerodynamic nose cone, designed to reduce drag, not only improved top speed, but also gave the Superbird its instantly recognizable, aggressive look. On top of that, the wide stance and long wheelbase made it exceptionally stable, even at higher speeds. The chassis was designed for precision handling, and the car's low-slung profile only added to its mean road-hugging stance. Plus, its aggressive styling, including the bold, eye-catching rear wing and sleek curves, made the Superbird a true showstopper at any car meet or race. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement of speed, power, and innovation, setting the bar for all muscle cars to come. Number 6. 2009 Lamborghini Gallardo LP564. The 2009 Lamborghini Gallardo LP564 is a stunning example of Italian engineering, blending raw power with bold design. With its 5.2-liter V10 engine, the Gallardo LP564 delivers an impressive 560 horsepower, accelerating from 0 to 60 in just 3.7 seconds, making it one of the fastest cars in its class. The LP in its name stands for Longitudinale Posteriore, referring to the engine's longitudinal rear positioning, while the 560 signifies its horsepower, and the 4 denotes its all-wheel drive system. Cena was having what was perhaps the best moment of his career when he picked this one up to commemorate the achievement. Unsurprisingly, he chose the Gallardo, a luxury sports car priced at $201,000 that perfectly combines cutting-edge design with mind-blowing performance. Every inch of this car screams precision, from its aggressive exterior lines to its meticulously crafted interior, designed to reflect the Lamborghini legacy. The Gallardo LP564 is a true statement to the marriage of performance and luxury, making it the perfect symbol of success for Cena at that moment. The all-wheel drive system and sophisticated suspension ensure the car grips the road with precision, while the throaty roar of the V10 engine makes every drive an exhilarating experience. Number 5. 1970 Buick GSX. The 1970 Buick GSX is an American muscle car that combines luxury with raw power. It proved that Buick could build more than just comfortable cruisers. As the high-performance version of the Grand Sport GS455, the GSX was Buick's response to the muscle car wars, offering a blend of brute force and premium refinement. At the heart of the GSX Stage 1 was the 7.5-liter V8, officially rated at 360 horsepower and a monstrous 510 pound-feet of torque, the highest torque output of any American production car at the time. Real-world figures suggest the power was underrated, with actual numbers closer to 400 horsepower. Paired with a 4-speed manual or turbo 400 automatic transmission, the GSX could run the quarter mile in the low 13-second range, rivaling the era's best muscle cars, including the Hemi-powered Mopars. Dressed in either Saturn Yellow or Apollo White, the GSX stood out with its black racing stripes, aggressive rear spoiler, and GSX badging. It wasn't just fast, it was one of the most stylish muscle cars of the era, offering a refined interior that set it apart from the more stripped-down competitors. With only 678 units built, the 1970 Buick GSX is a rare and highly collectible piece of muscle car history. Depending on condition and originality, prices range from $150,000 to $250,000, with documented Stage 1 models fetching even higher values at auction. Number 4. 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. Another vintage car? You can bet you will see John Cena there. That's why he's got the 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator sitting pretty in his collection. One of the coolest muscle cars of its time, worth around $75,000 today. Mercury's answer to the Mustang Boss 302 and the Camaro Z28 was the Eliminator. It packed serious muscle with aggressive styling to match. It was available with a selection of powerful V8 engines and was built in limited numbers, making it a rare gem for collectors today. Under the hood, buyers had some serious options. The lineup included the 351 Cleveland V8, the high-revving Boss 302, and the legendary 428 Cobra Jet, which was officially rated at 335 horsepower. But with a little tuning, it easily cranked over 400. And if you really wanted to go all out, the rare drag pack option took things up a notch with a Super Cobra Jet 428, an oil cooler, and reinforced internals. The result? A quarter-mile beast that could blast through the strip in the low 13 seconds. But it wasn't just about performance. The Eliminator had the looks to match. Painted in eye-catching colors like competition orange, Grayber blue, and bright yellow, it turned heads with its blacked-out grille, rear spoiler, hood scoop, and racing stripes. Inside, it stayed true to the Cougar's slightly more upscale vibe, mixing muscle car power with a touch of luxury. Number 3. 1966 Dodge Hemi Charger 426. The 1966 Dodge Hemi Charger was all about that beastly 426 Hemi V8, a monster officially rated at 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. Though anyone who's ever been behind the wheel will tell you it felt like way more. With dual 4-barrel carbs and a rock-solid bottom end, this thing was built to tear up the pavement. Pair it with the 4-speed manual or a torque flight automatic, and suddenly you had a big, bad, fastback that could rip through the quarter mile in the mid-13 seconds. Seriously quick for its day. But the Charger wasn't just about brute force. It had the looks to back it up. That long, sleek, fastback roofline, hidden headlights, and full-width taillight bar made it look like something straight out of the future. Step inside, and you'll find a 4-bucket seat layout with a full-length center console. Because why not throw in a little luxury while you're out there roasting tires? The first-gen Charger doesn't get talked about as much as later models, mostly because sales were low initially, but that makes them even rarer now. Only 468 Hemi Chargers rolled off the line in 1966, which means finding one today is like hitting the jackpot. And if you do, be ready to shell out. These things go for anywhere between $150,000 and over $250,000. Especially if it's got the 4-speed. But if you ever get to see, or even better, drive one, don't hesitate. This is Mopar muscle at its absolute finest. Number 2. 2007 Ford Mustang Saleen Pernelli Jones Limited Edition. Limited, just like the name suggests, because only 500 were ever built, making it one of the rarest Saleen Mustangs. And of course, John Cena is one of the lucky owners. Engineered for road racing and paying tribute to the original Boss 302 Mustang's track dominance, the 2007 Saleen Pernelli Jones Edition Mustang packs a high-revving 5-liter V8 with aggressive gearing, cranking out 400 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. Saleen's racecraft suspension, featuring upgraded shocks, springs, and sway bars, handles razor sharp, while a 7.73 rear axle helps put the power down efficiently. Massive 14-inch front brakes with 4-piston calipers ensures serious stopping power. This beast came exclusively in Grabber Orange with black stripes, a nod to Pernelli Jones's legendary race car. The design wasn't just about looks. The functional shaker scoop on the hood improved airflow while adding to that classic muscle car attitude. A custom Saleen front bumper, grille, and race-style rear spoiler gave it an aggressive aerodynamic edge. Inside, the exclusivity continued, with a Saleen 200-mile-per-hour gauge cluster, retro-style leather seats, and aluminum pedals, making sure this Mustang was as special on the inside as it was on the outside. Number 1. 2013 Custom Corvette ZR Incinerator. The 2013 Custom Corvette ZR Incinerator is an absolute wild, one-of-a-kind concept car designed by Parker Brothers Concepts for film producer Michael Bay, best known for directing the Transformer movies, before John Cena got his hands on it at auction. If there was ever a car that looks straight out of a futuristic blockbuster, this is it. At first glance, the Incinerator doesn't even look like a Corvette. Its radical jet-inspired design is unlike anything on the road, with a fully enclosed bubble canopy that replaces traditional doors. Instead of opening conventionally, the entire canopy lifts up, giving it an almost fighter jet feel. The sharp, angular bodywork looks like it was pulled from a science fiction concept sketch, and the aggressive stance makes it clear this machine means business. But what really sets the Incinerator apart is the rear jet turbine system. Yes, you heard that right. Mounted at the back of the car, this jet power system gives it a truly space-age aesthetic, further cementing its place as one of the wildest concept cars ever built. While it's unclear whether the turbine actually provides thrust, or is more of a dramatic design element, one thing is for sure: it makes the car look absolutely insane. Underneath all that extreme styling, the incinerator is built on a heavily modified Chevrolet Corvette chassis, meaning it retains some of the legendary performance DNA of America's most iconic sports car. While exact performance specs are unknown, the combination of its lightweight body and powerful engine ensures that it isn't just for show. Inside, the cockpit is just as futuristic as the exterior. With touchscreen controls, LED lighting, and an aviation-inspired layout, stepping into the incinerator feels more like piloting a spaceship than driving a car. Every detail, from the custom gauge cluster to the race-inspired seats, adds to its otherworldly vibe. Though the incinerator was originally created for Hollywood, it has become a prized collectible. With only one in existence, it's an absolute showstopper wherever it appears. Whether at car shows or in John Cena's personal collection, this futuristic beast is a true testament to what happens when creativity and engineering collide. That's a wrap for today's video. If you like this and want to see more luxury garage content, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next one.